What is the last digit in 3 to the 999th power? Questions of this nature will show up on SAT and ACT exams from time to time. The reasons for that are if you have a calculator and you take 3 to the 999th power, you'll have overflow, and that won't allow you to pick off that final digit. That is the ones digit, can't be picked off. And the other thing is, you know that there's not enough time to multiply 3 by itself 999 times. So when you first look at this problem, it looks like you're out of luck. But there is some hope if you go ahead and multiply out the first few powers of 3. And let's go ahead and write what those would be. Maybe 3 to the 0, 3 to the 1, 3 squared, 3 cubed, 3 to the 4th, 3 to the 5th, maybe even do 3 to the 6th. We'll see how far we get. At some point, these are going to be kind of difficult to compute. But there's a list of them. And let's go ahead and calculate those. So 3 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the first power is 3. 3 squared is 9. 3 cubed is 27th. When you take 27 and multiply it by 3, gives you the 3 to the 4th is 81. When you take 81 and you multiply it by 3, you get 243. Now it starts getting a little more difficult. If you take 243 and multiply it by 3, I'll do that up here. 243 multiplied by 3. Notice that the key step here is this first step in terms of the last digit. 3 times 3 is 9. The rest of it we really don't care about, but we'll go ahead and get that anyhow. This is 2 carried a 1, so 729 is our next value. And if we actually want to, at this point, get 3 raised to the 7th power, so we got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 to the 7th power, we would take our 729 and multiply it by 3. Well, 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 2 is 6. Carry the 2, it gives you 8. 3 times 7 is 21. So here we get 2187. And let's go ahead and look at the last digit. Now, by saying last digit, what we really mean here is the ones digit for each one of these. Let's see what we get. We get a 1 and a 3 and a 9. What is the last digit on 27? Well, the ones digit there is 7. And the ones digit here is a 1. The ones digit here is a 3. The ones digit on 729 is a 9. Ones digit here is a 7. And you see, we get a little bit of a pattern taking place here. We got 1397 up front. And then we get another 1397. Will this repeat? Will the ones digit on this next number be a 1? Well, look at this number right here, 2187. Think about multiplying it by 3. What would be the first thing you'd have? You'd have 7 times 3 is 21. The rest of the operation doesn't matter. You get another 1. So this does repeat, this 1, 3, 9, and 7. And so remember, this is the 3 raised to the 0 power, 3 to the 1st, 3 to the 2nd, 3 to the 3rd. This is 3 to the 4th, 3 to the 5th, 3 to the 6th, 3 to the 7th. Now we want to take this all the way out and ask, what is 3 to the 1000th power? I know that that is 1 more than what we have here, but the pattern is easier to pick off going to the 1000th power because of the following. If we take 3 to the 0 power, we're going to get a 1. 3 to the 0 power, you get a 1. 3 to the 4th power, you get a 1. 3 to the 8th power, you get a 1. In other words, if you are a multiple of 4, like 1000 is, you're going to have a 1 as your last digit, which means if you come back to 999th power, all you do is pick up the pattern and say, well, if the 1000th power is a 1, then the one prior to it must be a 7. So the answer to the question, which is what is the last digit or the ones digit in 3 to the 999th power, that ones digit is a 7.